What up, what up, what up? Still in the mountains. But, you know, the mountains are really, they're no longer the sticks or the boondocks because I got all the news I need right over there in the house, you know? And I highly suggest that you take some time to decompress and leave all this politics bullshit behind for a week and focus on yourself, focus on your family, you know? Because at the end of the day, it's night and that's it, period. And what I've noticed is that as far as Stinky's concerned, they're failing miserably. They're failing miserably, and there is a segment of this population, right, that still thinks that he's some kind of businessman. He's never been. He's bankrupted everything. Even by proxy, he bankrupts shit. Look at Leon. Look at Leon. The first quarter of 2024 of that Tesla, right? 1.4 billion, right? Okay. The first quarter of 2025, after he got with Stinky and he got high on his own supply. And what I mean by high on his own supply, I mean by he thought he was on top of the world. He thought he could do, one of these, yeah, and get away with it. Get away with it. But we, the people, fought back. We fought back, and we have rattled their cage. Yes, we have. Those protests, yeah, they're working. They're working. I have my people out there protesting. They're kicking ass and taking names, They can't make any excuses. You know what pisses them off too, right? Is the fact that those protests are peaceful, right? And easygoing. But they make their point. And it's just like I told Pac-Man and David Pac-Man and these people that right after the election, this guy has 2 million or 1 million something followers, right? And he said, "Oh my God, I lost 5,000 subs." I go, no. We were exhausted after the election. We went all in. We didn't win. And people wanted to decompress. That's why they shut everything off. And I was with that. I lost subs too, but they came back. They came back, but you got to recharge your batteries. In other words, what I'm saying, and take some you time, carve some time out in the day and the week and the month for you, and I tell you, as far as Stinky's concerned, it's a wet dream. Like I say, at the end of the day, it's night, and all this guy is in it for is to be able to go to Mar-a-Lago, down there where I live at, right? Go to Mar-a-Lago, play golf, and more importantly, act like he swears he's George Clooney when he puts on a goddamn tuxedo. He looks ridiculous. He will never accept the fact that he's 80 years old. You can tell by the clown makeup he puts on, So that's all he's in it for. That and he was willing to act and say whatever to stay out of prison. Because this is a criminal. And all he knows is criminal ways. But he's run into a big problem. Those 20, you see, here's the thing. They want to control the masses. And it's only 27 idiots that he has around him. That idiot Project 2025 at every turn, when they try to implement something from that stupid book that I read, that Project 2025, it fails. It fails because they're not forward thinkers. They're not forward thinkers, and they're not smart. That's right. So any type of complicated system or dismantling this or dismantling that, it fails. It fails because they don't think of the ramifications of doing said thing, They don't. Look at Doge. Have you heard of Doge lately? No. All they did was fire a bunch of people, and they didn't save any money. We've spent more money this year than last to this point in the year. That's right. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. And you could see, how's it go? You could see who pulls his strings when they're done, you know? And they think that deporting brown people is a winner. And it's not. Because I've noticed in town halls, right, that that I see these old rednecks, right, saying, well, he ain't, when they trash these senators and these people that try to do these town halls up here in redneck country, where they go, well, what about that boy Garcia? He ain't getting his due process. Now, they don't care. They don't care about the guy getting deported, right? All they care about is the way they're doing it. And that's what, actually, believe it or not, those people they work in lockstep with liberals and Democrats when it comes to that thought process. You know, they want everybody getting a due process. I noticed that in the town halls. Look, go back and look at the one that Chuck Grassley did. And you'll see some staunch redneck, right, come up and say, hey, man, what about that boy Garcia? He ain't getting his process? And Grassley shits himself. I mean, that dude's so old, he doesn't notice when he shits himself, you know? But anyway, we talked a little bit of politics. We talked a little bit of my advice, and I'm going to give it again. Carve out some time. I'm up here for the next couple of days before I head back to Palm Beach. I've got some playoff football to work down there, and but carve out some time for yourself, you know, and leave Stinky in the rearview mirror, because he's gonna be there when you get back doing stupid shit, you know. But at least you'll be recharged, retooled, and you'll be back, you know, and you with some fresh batteries, because every gesture that we do, you know, to resist works. It works. It works. They know that the masses aren't with their program. So, in these clips that I have here, right, Stinky did a press conference. And it just proves this is an 80-year-old demented clown, right, that has zero business acumen. Zero, you know? And, well, people, you know, you have these people that, well, Joe Biden was a senile old guy. But I'll tell you what, Joe Biden had intelligent people around him. Far more intelligent than him, you know? But he was able to realize that, oh, this guy's an expert in this guy's an expert in that, this guy's an expert in that. I'm going to hire him. But no, Stinky has to be the smartest guy in the room. And it shows. And it shows because look at Hegseth. I'm going to cut another video on him. Yeah, the other one that I did blew up. But look at Hegseth. Look at RFK Jr. Look at everybody in that cabinet. They're clowns. They're clowns. They're clowns trying to run this. But you know what this has done? It's taken our training wheels off. We have to control this thing. And by the protests and everything and your resistance, it's going to work. We're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. So, like I say, retool, recharge, take time for yourself. Peace. Enjoy these clips. Roll it. The ramblings of an 80-year-old imbecile. Roll it.
Prisons into the United States, and
they did not empty prisons into the United States. That's bullshit. It's a fucking lie. You demented sack of shit, you.
We're getting them out, and I hope we get cooperation from the courts.
What do you mean? What do you mean? They have to get their due process, you idiot.
Because, you know, we have thousands of people that are ready to go out.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. And if they were properly processed, they'd be on their way out. You're full of shit. You're a liar. You're a fucking demented old liar.
And you can't have a trial for all of these people.
Wait. You have to have due process. That's what got you in a jam in the first place. Mr. Garcia was not a criminal, you asshole.
It wasn't meant, the system wasn't meant.
Not to mention, about 90% of the people that you put in that fucking place don't have a criminal record, you fucking asshole.
We don't think there's anything that says that. Look, we are getting some very bad people.
What do you mean we don't have anything that says? What? What are you talking about?
People, killers, murderers, drug dealers, really bad people.
Nonsense.
Mentally ill, the mentally...
Nope. What, like you? Like you? A 34-time felon? Yeah, you.
Insane.
No, that's you. That's you, you fucking idiot.
They emptied out insane asylums.
No, they didn't. That's a lie.
To our country. We're getting them out, and a judge can't...
Yeah. Unlike the crust in your teeth.
Say, no, you have to have a trial.
No. It's called due process, you asshole. What do you think? You could kick people out just because they wear a Chicago Bulls hat? You fucking imbecile, you?
The trial's going to take 2 years.
No, who cares? Imagine, had you screened Garcia, you wouldn't be in this jam. You fucking idiot, you.
No, we're going to have a very dangerous country.
This is a senile old bag of bones. No, bag of bones my ass. Look at that.
That lying bitch!
God damn it, Stinky, you're fucking up.
But if you remember my first week, I was standing here, Paul, and they were screaming about eggs. The cost of eggs had gone through the roof.
And they still are. Last week was the highest they've ever been. They
were up like 500, crazy, like 4 or 5 times. And we won't have eggs for Easter, they were saying.
Nobody said that. They just said that they were going to be expensive as hell, and they still are. Now wake up, Stinky.
No eggs. You can't order eggs. They wanted us to order plastic.
Who said you can't order eggs? The fuck are you talking about, you senile old demented junkie?
In the shape of eggs. Well, yesterday we had 48,000 people at the Easter hunt. They call it the Easter roll.
Oh, really? They call it the Easter hunt, and they call it the Easter roll? Who's they? Only you and your fucking demented mind, you junkie. Look, wake up, Stinky.
The White House, and we had all eggs, and as you know, the cost of eggs has come down like 94%. Since we took office.
Yeah, right. Did you hear that? By the way, you see, this is why you gotta decompress, because at the end of the day, it's night, right? That's it. And this is a sack of shit, incompetent, demented imbecile.
And they're pretty much normally priced now. Great job.
What are you talking about? That's bullshit.
Secretary of Agriculture, Brooke Rollins, did a very good job.
Well, really? What did you do? Other than the fact that you just told a fucking whopper of a lie. Eh, you dumb motherfucker, you?
Groceries have come down.
No, they haven't.
It's all coming down. The only
No, it's not.
That hasn't come down, but it hasn't gone up much, are interest rates, and we think the Fed should lower the rate.
Yeah, right. Look at what happened. When you threatened to fire him. You destroyed the market because he's an adult. You're a fucking diaper-ridden, dementia-ridden shitbag is what you are.
Donald Trump's brain is broken.
Listen to this idiot.
Time to lower the rate.
It's a perfect time to lower the rate, huh? You're a moron.
And would like to see our chairman be early or on time as opposed to late.
What are you talking about? Can you elaborate? Of course not. You're a demented old shit bomb is what you are.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Oh yeah, listen to the art of the deal. A functionally illiterate imbecile. This is the guy that they said, we need a businessman in there. This dude is fucking retarded. Continue, Stinky.
I'm not, but 100% of all of these documents are being delivered. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, you said you're...
Yeah, right. You talking about Epstein, right? Yeah, I don't need no documents. You were his wingman for 2 decades, or 3 decades. You were his wingman. You never lived less than a cab ride away from him. You're a pedo.
going to make a deal with China. But where do things stand right now? Have you talked to the
my relationship with President Xi is great.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. He's just cleaned your clock. You folded. You folded like the punk that you are. You're not his jockstrap. Face it. God damn. And man, to say that about an American president, right? But it's true. It's facts. We only do facts on this channel.
It's been great for a long time.
No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. You implemented tariffs on him and you shit yourself.
A very good relationship, and I think we'll make a deal with China.
When? Yeah, right. You're full of shit. They don't want to have nothing to do with you.
If we don't make a deal, we'll set it. We'll just set the number.
If we don't make a deal, we'll set it. What does that mean, you fucking idiot?
I think they'll want to be a part of the United States. We're doing great.
They'll want to be a part of the United States? No, Stinky, we're not talking about Chinatown. No.
This is the golden age, as Paul said. We're talking about the golden age.
We're talking the golden age. We're talking about the golden age. God damn it, Stinky. You need your Geritol.
Will never be a time like this, in my opinion.
Oh, wait. Oh, Stinky. Ew. Those ball bearings are particularly greased today. Ew, Stinky. Brush your goddamn dentures.
And China wants to be a part of that too.
No, they don't. Hey, you said let me put the tariffs to 145, and then they'll come begging me. They told you to go fuck yourself. That's right.
How are we going to weed out the stupid in our society if we keep protecting people?
Donald Trump's brain is broken.
Stinky, you caved.
Treasury Secretary Dustin suggested that with tariff rates as high as they are now, it's effectively an embargo trade between the United States and China. Do you see it that way?
Not sure. 145% is very high.
So why'd you put it? Why'd you do it? To think they would lower to some mythical number that you wanted? No. They basically told you to go shit yourself, right? And you don't even bother to analyze the dynamics. Oh, listen to me having him try to analyze dynamics and shit. Yeah. No. By the way, those people are used to doing without. We're not. So in other words, we need them. They don't need us, you fucking idiot.
And it won't be that high.
Of course it won't, because you folded like the fucking cheap makeup you have on your goddamn skull.
Be that high. It got up to that. We were talking about fentanyl, where
fuck you. Nobody gave a shit about the fentanyl.
Various.
I got a remedy for fentanyl. Don't take it.
Elements built it up to 145.
What elements built it up to 100? What elements? He's talking shit out of his ass now.
It won't be anywhere near that high.
You're an idiot. Of course it won't. Because that guy from Apple called you and said, "What the fuck are you doing, Stinky?" And you shit yourself.
You sit on a throne of lies.
That's a lie.
Liar!
He's a liar. The demon is a liar.
A liar?
A lying bitch!
Liar!
Because I love Trump.
What is it that you like about Donald Trump?
He only tells the truth.
Oh! There's the thrill of victory, and then for me, there's the thrill of defeat. Watch this.
Our country's getting stronger all the time because...
No, it's not. Wake up, Stinky.
The other was not sustainable.
What are you talking about? We were doing just fine.
With China.
Are you going to play hardball with them?
Are you going to play hardball with China? I got to hear this, Stinky.
Well, I'm not going to say. No, I'm not going to mention COVID. I'm not going to say, I'm going to play hardball with China.
Yeah. You already tried, and they told you to go fuck yourself.
Play hardball with you, President Xi. No. We're going to be very nice. They're going to be very nice.
No. You already tried the hardball approach, and they told you to go fuck yourself.
And we'll see what happens, but ultimately they have to make a deal because...
No, they don't. They're already starting to get new trade partners. They're realigning this thing while we're here eating shit.
They're not going to be able to deal in the United States.
Who cares?
What What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
They're not suckers and losers. They're heroes. Forget about it. This is a walk of freedom in Tennessee. Lovely. Where real heroes rest. Oh, by the way, before I go, can you please hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons, please? And if you want a cool t-shirt or maybe one of these, go to mockingmagamorons.com and check out the website. Got a lot of products there that you can show your disdain for this prick. Thanks a lot, guys. Peace.